All right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to. Oh, I almost dead named us on accident. Hypocritical Haters, episode 13.
Uh,
Unlucky number.
oh yeah, dude. Um, I mean, we talked about this before, but when I was younger, and when I used to play sports, and I was like 11 and 12, number 13 was like it was. I would usually go for number two, but 13 would be my backup, and it would always get taken. So I'd always beat number 13.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. I'm going to take a really big drink of water.
Okay. Usually I would go for
Oh, I
number
drank it.
two.
All right, never mind.
Uh,
I don't want to hear it again. Oh, number two. That's a good
I-
one, too. Dude, but yeah,
yeah,
all right. So for context viewers, we tried doing a take of this earlier, and then my internet crashed like 4 times, and then I got angry, and so we had to restart. And now we're
and,
here
and
in this
Grayson had
new
to buy a
one.
new computer because he broke his old one.
Yeah. Hey,
So.
she's 5 years and still going strong. But also to finish that bit, I also was number 13 in lacrosse. That was like my number. So it was kind of like, what?
Yeah,
How did we not know that? Crazy. You learn something
yeah,
new every day about the person you are friends with.
yeah. And I mean, we've been best friends for a while. This is like when we discovered that we had the same middle name.
What's your middle name?
Do you want to, do you have
I
your
guess
birth
maybe.
certificate with you?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You serious, Grayson?
Dude, I think we've been honestly, I kind of have an issue where too many people that we know listen to the podcast now, and I
No.
can't tell any of my stories anymore because they all involve other people, and when I tell my stories, I make everyone involved look like an asshole. And so
Yeah.
now I'm like, I don't have any stories to tell.
So
Like
you do
like
with stories.
yeah, because last episode I told that story about like the girl who like was like crying and like all that,
Oh yeah.
and then she texts me. she's like, hey dude, like she sends a screenshot of the episode, and she's like, hey dude, like so excited to listen, and I like forgot that I talked about it in that episode, and then I texted her later. I was like, hey, what'd you think? And she hasn't replied in like 3 days, so
Ooh.
I think I'm in trouble.
Ugh, harsh look. Grayson's sleeping on the couch from now on.
Yeah, if I'm
Not
ever in.
because he's dating her, but because he just wants to sleep on the couch.
No, because I don't own a bed and I literally sleep on a futon.
Yeah.
I'm permanently in the doghouse just because I'm poor.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
man.
in the financial doghouse.
The financial doghouse. Me and my bank account aren't on speaking terms right now.
I accidentally bought Five Guys and she hasn't talked to me since.
Dude, yeah, Five Guys is like $20 now for a fucking burger.
Yeah, just for the burger.
Ugh. Dude, yeah, and I say that like I didn't just go spend $15 on a burrito.
Wait, you didn't even make it yourself?
No.
Where'd you get it? Where'd you get it from?
It's like a burrito place down the street. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Then it was worth it.
Yeah. Perhaps. Plus, honestly, I'm like so fucking skinny that I like it takes me 2 sittings to eat a burrito.
Oh, that's
So,
true. I eat the whole thing in one sitting.
yeah,
Even if I'm like full, I'm like, no, I'm a part of the clean plate club. I gotta finish this.
yeah. I basically just spent like $7 on 2 meals, which is,
That's
you know,
pretty good.
it's whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah. I am the opposite. Speaking of the clean plate club, let's talk about my I don't know if you'd call it childhood trauma, but when I was younger, my parents would make me finish my plate no matter what.
Mm,
So like that has been instilled in me now. I can't even like go out to eat or anything without like being like, okay, I need to finish eating this. If I don't, then I can't save it for later.
yeah.
Usually it's because it's like, man, I already ate so much of it. I could just finish up the rest of it.
I think that's really good for you too. Is just like stuff in your face until you like physically can't eat anymore, and then doing a little bit more.
Yeah, I think so too. It definitely is good for like weight gain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I'm that's one thing where we are the exact opposite, because like 4 years at Notre Dame. So Notre Dame after like 10 o'clock, there's no food. You can't go buy food anywhere. All the fucking McDonald's are closed. Everything's closed.
Mm.
And so I had to learn to like, I felt like a fucking squirrel, like hoarding my nuts for winter. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Tentative pause. Tentative pause. But I like everywhere I went, I'd be like, all right, like I would literally like go to like a fucking film shoot and just start taking like little bags of chips and like putting them in my hoodie pocket. And then someone would be like, hey, can you toss me your keys? I just got to move your car. I'd be like, for sure. Yeah. Let me just get it for you real quick. And I just pull out like chips, granola bars, cookies, crackers, just like all out of my pocket until I finally get the keys. I'm like, here you go. He's like, dude, you have a problem.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, my problem is
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungry and everything closes by 8 p.m.
Yeah, and I'm too busy playing Getting Over It by Bennett Foddy to get off my computer and go get food before it closes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
bringing that back.
I lived from midnight to 6 a.m. That was when I did everything.
To eat, apparently.
No, I ate from at midnight at 6.
Oh yeah, your nut supply. Forgot.
Yeah. I'd eat a bunch of nuts.
Moving on. You said you had a list of topics this time.
Oh yeah, let's get into something interesting. This is where we like I started this topic last time and then on the internet cut out and I got really mad. So let's see if that happens again. So I have this thing about like dividers in bathrooms, right? So like a lot of times like people make fun of you like, oh, like what are you fucking insecure, man? You can't like pee next to another dude, like what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
And
every
because
time I get asked that, I'm like, yeah, dude, my penis is 3 inches long and hard, dude. What do you think?
like yes, that's kind of a secure way of looking at it. It's just like, yeah, I am insecure. Why are you
Yeah,
not insecure?
the fucking Chad face. Yeah, I've got a micro penis. What
Yes,
about it?
yes, I have to sit down while I pee. Like, so what? Who cares? It's more comfortable, and my legs don't get tired. Um, but yeah, because everyone's always like, but my thing is, I think it's fuck. I'm like so fucking. I drank too much Celsius. Now I'm fucking buzzing.
Yeah,
Um,
me too. I drank too much Java Monster, which you hate.
yeah, yeah. But I have a theory that like that whole like shtick of like people making fun of you if you don't want to go to a urinal that doesn't have a divider. I think that's like propaganda. It's like a psyop created by like dive bars who don't want to pay to install dividers in between the
Mm,
urinals.
mm,
You know?
yeah.
Because think about it. Ask any dude, like, hey, which would you prefer? A urinal with a little bit of discretion or a urinal where you're like making eye contact with the dude next to you while you're peeing?
I prefer the latter, but I think a majority of people would prefer the former.
Yeah. Do you remember it's like
Have you never turned to the guy on your right and been like, "Hey, can you hold this for a second? I gotta reply to this text."
can you hold this for a second? Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so they're like back in the day, Apple did this like marketing campaign where they paid a bunch of like high school like meme pages to like fucking post like memes of like, oh, if you don't have AirPods, you're clearly poor. Like me putting in my AirPods to drown out the poor people noises, and it worked. Think about how many people you see with AirPods these days.
Yeah, I got AirPods and I don't even use them.
And so I think that that's the case with the fucking dividers. Is they're like, hey, go make fun of that guy because he doesn't want to like touch your dick with his dick while you guys are peeing.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I didn't want to have to tell you this, Grayson, but that was actually I'm the one who started that. That was me.
You're not even involved with the dive bars. You just really want to,
Yeah, I
want
just
to feel a
really want to.
connection.
Yeah, I haven't felt the touch of a human in years, Grayson. I'm begging everyone I see, just hold it, just for a second, please.
You go to some place that has like really big dividers. It's like, God, we've just lost touch with our fellow man. Like, is this really what we've come to?
God damn it. Dude, okay, you go back out to the group. You're like, guys, can we get out of here? I don't really like the vibe of this place.
Like,
There's like
do they have dividers between the urinals again, Dan?
no, no, that's not it. I just don't like the people that are here. That's all. I know this one place down the road. It's like, oh, we've been there the whole like the past 3 weekends we went there. Can we please not go there again? Please, come on. I really like that one.
Please, they have that trough where like everyone just pees into a big like bin. I love it there. Have you ever seen those? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
dude, it's such a terrible design.
Oh,
So
yeah.
gross.
Oh, but dude, speaking of bathroom humor, which that should be the name of our fucking podcast at this point,
Some
man.
some would say it's potty humor, but
Potty humor. Dude, we were at this like bar restaurant thing the other day,
mm,
and it was me, my friend Tommy, and my friend John, and
mm,
so Tommy sees some guy go into the bathroom, and it literally looks like it's like a one stall, like, you know, you go in, lock door behind you. So he waits outside, right? And then John comes up behind him, and he waits because he's like, oh, okay, he sees Tommy waiting. It's clearly a wait, so he waits behind him, and then the dude in there comes out, and Tommy goes in. Turns out there was like 3 stalls in there. And so Tommy's like, oh, I thought it was a 1 stall. Anyways, and so he like goes to the bathroom, leaves, doesn't tell John. A dude gets in line behind John. This dude's really gotta fucking go. So Tommy comes outside. He's like, dude, I was waiting out there for like, 5 minutes, and turns out there was like more stalls the whole time. And I was like, oh, did you tell John? He was like, no. I was like, okay. And so then John goes in, does the same thing, comes out,
oh no.
and the fucking poor guy behind him was waiting this whole time, like tapping his foot because he's got to go.
Just to imagine he goes in there and it's just like 4 open fucking stalls. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with those guys? Nobody told me. I'd be so fucking bad.
And the best part is John comes outside after he's done, and like Tommy and I just finished talking about it, and so we're just like sitting there, and John goes, dude, I thought it was a 1 stall bathroom. Oh man.
God, that's so good. I love stories like that because it's something that's so small, but you can make it's a whole fucking story. Like some things will happen and it's like at the time it's the funniest shit, but there are like other stories you have to be there for.
Yeah.
That one's one of the ones where it's like this is the stupidest, smallest topic, but it's a hilarious story. I'm glad you shared that, Grayson.
Oh, thank you. I was actually kind of worried it would be more of a you'd have to be there story.
Yeah, no, I was laughing. It was good.
Dude, one time when I was like 12 or whatever, we were at dinner with my cousins, and everyone's bouncing around like telling jokes and stories and stuff, and so this was like before I kind of like learned how to tell stories. Interestingly, it's and so someone would tell a story, everyone would laugh, and then I would tell a story, and no one would laugh, and I'd be like, it was funny. And then after like 4 of those, one of my cousins goes, you keep telling a story and then saying it was funny, but it wasn't funny. And so I was like, ouch, okay. He's like, maybe just say you'd have to be there next time. And I was like, all right, dude. Like, thanks for that, man. Fuck.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Next time, just tell me I got to learn how to tell a story.
Which I actually kind of appreciate him for saying that, because otherwise I would have just been telling really fucking boring stories for the rest of my life. But
yeah, like me.
Yeah, like Dan when he does a 20-minute. So my stomach hurt, and then I went to sleep, and then the next day I woke up and my stomach hurt, and then I went to sleep.
Listen, the details seemed important at the time. All right, and it was also like super late for me. Okay.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, that's okay. Hey. This is a judgment-free zone here on Hypocritical Hate.
It's literally the opposite with you. It's never a judgment-free zone. Yeah. Every single fucking minute detail is judged so precisely. And it's really ironic coming from somebody who like doesn't think about every minute detail in the moment.
Me?
Well, I guess I should say you think about every minute detail too much because then you overlook everything that is actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Aiden about that recently. Apparently, it's like not common to like fucking have a panic attack every time you like try to talk to someone new.
That's I wish I didn't get panic attacks for that because damn.
Dude, it's just it's really weird to me because like I grew up for so long and I was like, oh, this is just like normal life, and but it looked so easy for everyone else, and I
Mm.
was like, oh, like it just looks that way. Like in reality, it's just as hard for them. And then I started talking to them, and they're like, "What are you talking about, man? No, it's super easy to talk to new people. You just like fucking go up and talk to them. Like, what? I don't
Dude,
understand
I know
what the
that's
issue
the
is."
fucking worst part. I always ask, I'm like, how do you do it then? They're like, you just go talk to him. I'm like, what the fuck do you say? What do you say?
It's like
I
just
don't know
stop
what the
being
fuck to
depressed.
say.
Just stop being depressed,
Yeah, it's
man.
like, dude, I'm thinking of everything that I could possibly come up with to say something without sounding weird or awkward. And it's like, what do I just go say hi? I'm like, hi. They're like, hi, and then they turn away from me and and fucking ignore me.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
bro,
like,
what do I
dude,
say?
there was this. I was at a bar with Aiden. Sorry, so full of stories. I'll tone it down after this one. But I was at a bar with Aiden.
No, feel free. I don't really have many topics this time.
Okay. Okay. At a bar with Aiden, and I walk in. We walk by this girl, and she like kind of looks at me, and I was like, okay, like maybe girl talk, maybe I don't know, talk to girl, talk girl, talking to girl for 10 reps or 10 sets.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was like, all right, noted. And then we sit down at the bar, and like every once in a while, like glance over there, and she's like looking right at me, and I'm like, whoa, scary. Like I don't know what to do about that.
Mhm.
And so after a while, I'm like, I look at Aiden, I'm like, dude, she's been looking at me for like the past 10 minutes. Like I gotta fucking do something here. Like what am I supposed to do? I've never done this before. And he's like, I would just smile and wave. And I was like, smile and wave? Are you that's your plan? What are you, fucking Skipper from
Penguins in
Madagascar?
Madagascar.
Just smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yeah, insert that. So picture so I'm like just like this, and I like smile and wave at him. He's like, no, like this, and he like smiles and waves at me, and we do that like 3 times, and then I'm like, oh my god, she's probably just watching me practicing smiling and waving with my friend right now. And so
Yeah.
I turn around and I like smile and wave, insert fucking edit of Skipper smiling and waving. Or no, fucking private smile and waving. That's me at the bar waving to this girl. Turns out she like just like stares at me and doesn't smile and wave, and I'm like, uh-oh, something went wrong. Something went wrong. What did I do? What did I do? And I look behind me, and there's a giant TV with a football game on it. And I was like,
Ugh.
oh no. I was like, Aiden, we have to leave. We gotta go.
Yeah. We gotta go to the bar without the dividers.
I need a divider at the bar.
Yeah.
I want no possibility of eye contact with anyone. Actually, I think they have those in Japan.
They do. Yeah, there's a restaurant, like a certain type of restaurant where they're just like cubbies that you
Yeah.
could order silently too.
Yeah, I don't even think there's like a chef. I think, or there is a chef, but like I don't think there's like a waiter. Like I think you like order on a tablet or something.
Yeah. There's no chef.
Yeah, there's no food, but you just go and sit there and don't talk to anyone.
Yeah, it's just a
God,
library.
this is my favorite place. They're like, shut the fuck up, stop talking to me.
Yeah. Man, I just love coming here, don't you?
They're like, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Like turn to the person next to them and the cubby next to them. They're like, yo, I love how quiet it is here, don't you? And the dude's one of us, and we're just like we like look at them like side eye, and then we're like, yeah, me too.
No, so one dude turns to the dude next to him. He's like, dude, I just love how quiet it is here. And they're like, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Like, you can't be talking to other customers. And then the guy's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop talking to me. And so then that guy gets escorted out. And then the dude who got talked to turns to the dude to his left. He's like, can you believe the balls on that guy to fucking try and talk to me? And then he gets escorted.
Fucking the bouncer escorts himself out for talking to someone and telling them to get out.
Yeah, another bouncer comes up and is like, you talk to that guy while you were escorting him out. I'm gonna have to escort you out. He's like, I work here. What are you talking about?
Another bouncer comes out. He doesn't say anything. He just points his thumb at the door. Uh, yeah, speaking of Japan, dude, I feel like the culture there is much more attuned to you and I, not to be fucking every other dude on the internet, fucking soy boy pointing at the Japan
That's
with
the
the
island of Japan.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, they're so
yeah.
cultured. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
But
consuming. Oh, I just
but I
finished
feel like,
season
oh
one
my
of
God,
Attack on
dude.
Titan. Tatakai, Tatakai.
Shut up. Anyway, I feel like the culture is much more attuned to us because it's like everybody just kind of minds their own business for the most part and doesn't talk to anyone and is super polite and yeah, I
Oh,
think it's
dude.
just more it's better for us than American culture, which is like apart from like no, it's Amer all of American culture is like everybody's pretty much in your business.
American culture sucks. Let's talk about this because I have two things to talk about in relation to like foreign culture versus American culture. So
Mm,
number one, I was talking to shout out Nick, who lives here in San Diego. Shout him out.
mm,
I was talking to him, and apparently he was stationed in Japan for a while there, and he was telling me apparently in Japan it's like when you're at work it's like strictly like you can't question your boss on anything, like whatever boss says goes, like very polite, very professional.
mm.
But they go out to drink like every night with their boss and like all of their coworkers. And the thing is, if you've had alcohol, you're pretty much allowed to say whatever the fuck you want to your boss, and then they write it off the next day as, oh, he was just drunk, he didn't mean it.
Hmm.
So you can literally be like, hey boss, fuck you, go die, like I hope you outlive your kids, you piece of shit. And he's
Damn.
just gonna be like the next day be like, oh, good morning Tom, how you doing?
Are you sure that's like all Japan, or is that just like Nick's experience? He just got super hammered one day and
No, it's all of Japan. Because I talked to another friend who lived in Japan for a little bit, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, they go hard when they drink. They always go hard."
Hmm. That'd be fun if I didn't have pancreatitis.
Yeah, in another life.
Yeah. Or just like a year ago.
Yeah, that is kind of another life, though. I feel like a year ago, I was in
Well,
college. I was in
yeah,
college,
I
bro.
guess
That was a
so.
different life for me.
It was a different life for me too. About a year ago, we started the podcast. Actually,
Damn.
I think the first episode might have gone up like very early February. I'm gonna go check this real quick. But yeah,
Do
I
that.
think no, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I no, I didn't have anything to say. I just like talking. What do you say?
Um, I was just gonna say I think it's important that people visit other countries at least to be able to understand the culture, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise it's like the only thing you're exposed to is American culture, and American culture is so strange. It
Yeah,
depending on where you grow up, like what state you grow up, you have a completely different life. Someone who's like
yeah.
literally like one state over
But
versus
even
Japan, like the whole country is like on the same page.
But there is some stuff that is like very like across the board American. Like I was at this party and I was talking to this girl from France, and I was like, "Oh, no way, you're from France. Like that's fucking awesome. Like what's been the biggest difference that between like America and France that you found?" And
Mm.
she was like, "Honestly, it was lack of respect." And I'm not going to do a French accent for the rest of this because it's really hard. And
Yeah, yeah, that was
what a
not
butcher.
bad.
Thank you.
Let's just go out on a high note.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't want to fuck up that first line. Um, but she was like, because apparently she went on a date recently, and the dude ghosted her afterwards,
Mm,
and she was like, that doesn't happen in France. Like in France, there's so much more respect just out of courtesy for the other people. It's like unheard of to just not fucking say like, hey, fun date, but let's not do it again. Like you
mm.
give them the courtesy of like, okay, goodbye. It was nice meeting with you.
Interesting.
But America, that's just how it works. Is everyone goes to each other.
Uh, yeah, I think so. I think a majority of people ghost them just because they don't want to fucking deal with it,
Yeah,
which is really funny because it's like you're completely avoiding a completely normal interaction that you just have to be like, yo, I don't want to hang with you anymore. I think what when we did hang out, it was fun, but I think I realized we just don't I don't like you, or like we just don't work together that well.
Yeah.
But
Which is especially ironic that we're giving other people advice. I'm like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do in social situations. Duh.
yeah,
Like after we just said, like, I don't know
yeah,
what the hell I'm
listen
doing.
to us because we know exactly what we're doing all the time in every social interaction ever.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, we did upload the first episode of the podcast February 7th of last year.
February 7th. Oh wow. So in a week,
Yeah.
it'll be our 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
Yeah.
We should have a little date night for it.
I'm down.
I guess wait, we will be recording on that day.
Yeah.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
if we keep up the weekly recording, yeah,
Damn.
on the same day.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Damn, son, where'd you find this? Insert McLovin saying it. Go.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Okay, that's incredible.
Thank you.
Um,
All right. New
all
topic.
right.
New topic.
New topic. Do you want to go or you want me to go?
You can go. The only other topic I have anymore is like love, and I feel like that's a pretty heavy topic. So let's
That is
try
a
and do
pretty
it.
heavy topic.
Let's try and
do
do a
it later.
lighthearted one.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna bring up something else, but um, all right. So I guess, do you want to hate on something?
Editor, cut that. Thank you.
It's kind of our name, but do you think it's time that we hate on something?
Editor, cut that too. Yes, I'm down to keep this one in there.
You need to stop fucking doing that.
I'm drinking Celsius, man. It's coming up and out of me like a fucking geyser.
Hey yo.
Pause. Yeah, let's hate on something. Let's do it.
Okay, so as I do, I was on Instagram the other day and I saw a story from a college-aged female who's in a sorority, and she's one of those typical sorority girls. So she was posting about um it's like the posts that you see that are supposed to be improving a female's mental health or whatever, but all they really say is like you should take care of yourself.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was one of those. The thing that it said though was I deserve everything I visualize for myself.
Oh, L take. L take.
Terrible take.
Ugh.
I deserve everything I visualize for myself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's like the female version of nice guys.
Yeah. Like, I'm a good
like-
guy. I deserve a good girl. You don't deserve
Exactly.
shit. You don't deserve
I've been-
literally the bare minimum you don't deserve. You don't deserve
Yeah,
anything.
I've been so good to you. Your shitty boyfriend is so mean. Why don't you pick me? It's like, okay, at the end of the day, you're this is a transactional thing. You're being nice so that she picks you. You're not being a good guy. You're being a nice guy, which is like the lowest of the low compliments that you can ever receive. It's like you're nice.
Even if you are like the pinnacle of human existence, you still deserve nothing.
Exactly.
You don't,
That too.
You don't deserve anything in life. You fucking get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, you don't get what you deserve in life. You get what life gives to you.
Yeah.
Nobody
And,
ever
like-
gets what they deserve except for in movies and children's stories.
Yeah, and like you can increase your chances of getting what you feel like you might deserve by like being if you're a good guy, like, you know, you're probably gonna get good shit in return, but you don't deserve the good shit. It's just like that kind of just comes sometimes.
Yeah, you get what you put the work in for.
Yeah, but even that, like, I don't know. Do you think you deserve, like, if you like study super hard for a test, do you deserve an A?
No, but you worked hard and you get a better grade than if you didn't study for the test.
Yeah. Do you think you
You've
deserve?
done all you can. You've done all you can to do the best you can, and whatever you get out of it is the best you could have gotten.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you deserve it. That just means that you got the best because you put in the work that you could have, the best amount of work you could have done.
Straight up.
So I just didn't like it because like this thing that people are now sharing, they believe that they deserve everything they visualize for themselves. It's like that's not how you're setting yourself up for failure by telling yourself that. I get like you're trying to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I get you're trying to like motivate yourself and like you're trying to keep yourself going and trying to push yourself towards your goals more, even if it's like you're having a really hard time doing it. But that is the worst mindset to have, because as soon as you don't get what you think you deserve, then that's when you have a problem with life, I guess. You think life is against you when in reality, life is not. We were kind of on this topic last episode.
I was about to say, this is like you just replace deserve with desire, and it's like, oh, there we go again.
Yeah. So.
The first thing I wanted to say is, I think another aspect of like you deserve what you visualize for yourself is like a lot of people are really negative towards themselves. Like they have a lot of self-hatred and like, self-doubt and stuff. And so I think that's an attempt to mitigate that, but it's kind of going too far in the opposite direction of instead of encouraging them, it's kind of giving them like a complex almost.
That, or it could just go in the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and instead of somebody who thinks that they deserve something good, they could think that they deserve something bad, and then they become self-destructive.
That would be really funny. Someone sees that Instagram story and they're like, I'm visualizing a lot of pain in my future.
Yeah. It's like, this is like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't even think about that, but that's like a whole different thing you could do, is you just somebody who interprets it the wrong way. They're like, I do deserve all this shit that I'm taking from life right now.
All right, new segment. I'm going to look up positive quotes and we're going to try and interpret them to be super negative.
All right, sounds good. Do you want me to as well?
Yes, just see if you can find any good ones. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. This is less fun than I thought it would be. Don't follow your dreams. It just cut it right there. Someone does a really bad crop job on it. Dude, have you seen those they're like Garfield comics become 20 times funnier when you've removed the last frame? Editor,
what?
put in an example of that. But like someone like takes like Garfield comics and they remove like the third and final frame.
Yeah, they remove the punchline.
Yeah.
It just leaves it as something completely different. Yeah, I fucking love those.
Without third panel.
Oh man.
I'm so tired I can't think straight. Oh, come on, John. Don't be so hard on yourself.
It's so good. You just take away the punchline. I remember we did this at when I was working full time at the for the military. Yeah. Because we were so bored we weren't doing anything all the time. Yeah. And somebody brought this up and we looked at a bunch of them. Dude, it was the fucking best day ever. It's so good.
Dude, there's one.
It's like the pinnacle of fucking anti-jokes.
There's like so good. John and Garfield are just sitting there, and then John turns to Garfield and says, I sneezed today. And Garfield says, wow. That's it.
Oh my god. Dude, hold on. I have one of the quotes, one of the positive quotes. I think you could interpret as poorly. The quote is, "You are enough just as you are." It's like, the way you can interpret that is like, okay, I don't need to change or grow as a person at all. I am exactly where I should be all the time.
No, to me, that's like you've done enough. It's like, let me help. No, you've done enough. You're just like, let me grow as a person. No, you've done enough growing. Okay, yeah. You've grown into a real pain in my.
Just as you are.
You've grown into a real pain in my ass. That's what you've grown.
Yeah. You've really grown into my ass.
Oh, this one's kind of crazy. It's never your successful friends posting the inspirational quotes. What the fuck? That one's. We don't even need to do anything to that.
Yeah, that one's literally just. Somebody is just super pissed off. that they're posting inspirational quotes every day. And everybody who is like liking their pictures is way more successful than them.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
fucking
God.
awesome.
Oh
The
my
life in
God.
front of you is far more important than the life behind you.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just disagree with that
you
one.
want to hear a crazy thought I had?
No.
So I'm like really obsessed with like people's perceptions. I'm stop me if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm like really obsessed with people's like perceptions, right? Because another thing about Buddhism is like there is no self, right?
Mm,
And so the idea is like you are not like there's no like soul inside of you that is like that is who you are. You are kind of just a product of your environment and all that.
mm,
And it's just like you are basically just like a bunch of fucking like form like equations in your brain. Like, you know, someone says you're a bitch, like equals you like get upset and cry in your room for an hour.
mm.
um and so a part of that is to other people they have very vastly different perceptions of you. Like if I were to go ask fucking, you know,
Aiden.
no, what's his name, Big Tom from high school, he was on the football team.
I have no, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if I were to ask him like, hey, like who do you think I am, he'd probably just be like, oh, you're like the weird quiet kid that like, you know, does my homework for me, otherwise I beat him up. That's not true, but
No,
you know,
yeah, it's
he
not.
would
He
be
was
like,
actually a really cool dude.
no, he was pretty chill. But he'd be like, oh yeah, like you're like that weird quiet kid that's like pretty smart. And I'm like, okay. But then I go ask, you know, fucking like Preston, like, hey, like who am I to you? And he'd just give like a totally different, like fundamentally, if you were to put those two descriptions of me side by side, you'd be like, oh, those are two different people.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, even like your perception of what Tom would say is not accurate to what he would actually say.
right.
Just to play on your point a bit.
Which, yeah, no, that's a great point. It's like even my perception of his perception of me is not the same
Exactly.
as what he would say. And so my point with all this is to the people who you have hurt, you are your worst mistakes.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like especially
mm,
if they didn't know you that well prior to you hurting them.
mm.
Like when you're like, hey, who's this person to you? You'd be like, oh, guy who broke my heart. Oh, guy who like tripped me in the hallway and then like awkwardly shuffled away without saying sorry.
Yeah.
Which is
Wait, did you
just
do that to somebody?
no, I don't think so.
That would have been really funny.
No, there was one time though. I was dating this girl and I was like talking to my friends in the hallway. This was like in high school, and she like she walked by me, and I didn't notice her because I was like probably telling a fucking stupid story at the time, and she like waved, and I just completely ignored her, and she was so fucking mad. And my friends were like, dude, you're kind of gangster for that. I was like, gangster for what? And they were like, dude, you just ignored your own girlfriend. I was like, I what? And I like fucking bolted down the hallway. I was like, I'm sorry, sweet cheeks, I'm sorry. Oh, I said her name, damn
No.
it.
Man. Yeah,
Dude,
dude, that's a crazy thought though. It's like, I mean, it's easy for us specifically, it's easy to get caught up in what is this person perceiving me as right now, especially since we are socially inept and very socially awkward.
yes,
So thinking about that definitely won't help us in the future, but
yeah,
it is very interesting. Like I think that's something that you and I think about very often, but a lot of people don't think about very often. Just because and mainly the people I'm talking about are the ones that are like, yeah, you just go up and talk to somebody. It's like you're not thinking about the same things that I am when you go up to talk to somebody.
yeah,
I'm so like that is like that's most of what I think about most of the time is like how is my impression on this person? What I just did impress on them that I'm a bad person?
dude,
I don't let it like control me too much anymore, but it
yeah,
used to be like something that was like detrimental to me.
yeah. Two things. Number one, um, people always like, dude, just like be yourself. Like you don't understand. I'm physically unable to be myself in
Yeah,
like
I don't
social
even
situations like that.
That's
It is
something that I've
not.
been thinking about too, is like,
Go ahead.
how do I be myself if I don't even know? I've been so caught up in how people perceive me, I don't even know who I am.
Well, like my brain just doesn't work. Like I'll be in a situation like socially, and I gotta like talk to new people, and
Mhm.
I don't think the same way that I do when I'm like comfortable with people. Like it's very like my
It's
brain is
true.
just like
Me too.
empty, and I'm like panicking and like fucking I can't
Yeah,
like
it's
piece
mainly
thoughts
the
together.
panic. I
Yeah,
think it's mainly the panic that's doing it. And the best part about that is who you are in that situation.
exactly, dude. You're fucking speaking my fucking language, man.
That's that's the best part. It's like just be yourself. I am being myself and
That
I'm
is
freaking out.
that
That
is
is
me
who
in
I
that
am
moment.
right now.
There
Yeah.
is there is no self. That's just who I am in that moment,
Yeah. Exactly.
dude.
Damn.
Damn. Oh,
Shit.
the other thing I do is when I like meet new people before I'm like really comfortable with them, I have like a bar in my head, like a vertical like like when you like fill up a coffee, it like has like lines and stuff on it. And so every time I meet someone new, it starts off dead in the center at 0. And then if I feel like I did well in that social interaction, the bar goes up and it's like green. But then and so like, over time, these situations add up. And if I feel like I fucked up in a situation, the bar goes down.
Mm.
And so every time I interact with someone that I'm not like close with, it's like every interaction is like a new test that will like increase or decrease my social rating because I have like undiagnosed schizophrenia and I just
Yeah.
can't be normal.
You're stuck in the Chinese social credits
Dude, literally, it's like I'm playing a
world.
fucking video game, and and it's like at the beginning of the game where they're like every action has consequences that will happen later, and in reality, it's just like one person will either be dead or alive at the end of the game, depending on
Yeah.
like
Fucking shout
one.
out Telltale Games.
Yeah, they're like every action matters, but in reality, there's like one action where it's like, do you kill this person? Yes or no. This will not really impact the story, but at the end, at the like in the end cutscene, this person won't be in there if you kill them.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. That's The Walking Dead in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Telltale Games, I played The Wolf Among Us. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I watched PewDiePie play it back in the day, dude.
Dude, it slaps, and they're making a second one. Like some Sony team picked up Telltale Games when they crashed, and they're making a second one, and it
Yeah, I was
looks
about to
really
say
fucking good.
I thought they went bankrupt.
Yeah, they did, and then some team picked them up and then gave everybody that was working their jobs, and they're completely redoing the story and everything for it.
Nice. That's actually kind of hype.
Anyway, that was a tangent.
Tangent.
Um, yeah, dude, I think not to sound like a fucking douchebag, but this is like, I mean, I'm being hypocritical when I say this. So, I think people don't think about how we think enough because we're so busy thinking about how everyone else thinks that now I'm saying everyone else should think about how we think, as if I deserve it.
I know that is like very counter to everything we just talked about for the past 44
Yeah,
minutes.
exactly.
That's pretty funny.
So,
That being said, guys, pay more attention to me. Give me attention. I deserve it. I
deserve
visualized it.
it. Classic.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, damn, that one kind of got deep too. Why are we in such a we're in a philosophical mood?
I don't know. It's just how we are, I suppose. We're just so philosophical.
God, I'm so fucking. I just how can anyone think about anything else? Like politics and religion are the most important things in life. I don't know why we're talking about anything else. What did Jaden Smith say?
I don't.
If you're
We
not
need to
ready
talk
to
about
talk
the
about
socio-political state of the world.
yeah.
And I look and I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age and they're just kind of just yeah, look at my phone selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my god, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
If we're not talking about the socio-economic state of the world, then what are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we talking about? He was, dude. That's a prime example of someone just lost in the sauce, and they just need to like be like, hey, like,
Yeah, they
no one
need a
cares.
reality check.
No one cares, dude.
Yeah.
Wake up, smell the fucking
Dude,
coffee.
speaking of fucking which, Mr. Beast he uploaded a video recently where he like cured blindness for like 1,000 people.
Oh, I saw the thumbnail for that. Did he actually cure people's blindnesses?
So the way this form of blindness is, the lens in their eye fogs up and they can't see anything very well anymore. It's like everything is completely blurry.
Dude,
And
Mr. Beast is the second coming of Jesus Christ, man. He's
I
curing
know,
the
right?
blind. He's healing
So
the sick.
Mr. Beast paid for 1,000 surgeons to remove the lens and replace it with an artificial one.
Holy shit,
And
man.
I know, isn't that amazing?
I gotta watch that video. That actually sounds insane.
It's really, really cool. It's like really cool to watch. The crazy part is he's getting hate for it.
What?
Yeah, people are complaining because he's
He's monetizing it?
he's monetizing it, but the thing with Mr. Beast is his whole deal is everything he earns from his videos and content, he puts it back into helping people.
Yeah.
He has a whole fucking channel where he called Mr. Beast Philanthropy, where he fucking is like serving food to communities who can't, like food shelters. He made his own food shelter. He's providing for other food shelters in the area, and he brought fucking water to a couple African communities. Like he built wells in African communities that didn't have clean water,
Yeah.
and that's his whole deal. But people are hating him because he's monetizing it, and then two is like they're hating him for what's called it's called poverty tourism.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, he's not really doing poverty tourism because what poverty tourism is somebody who is going to this really poor community and just completely showing off how poor the community is while doing nothing about it.
Yeah.
Whereas Mr. Beast is going to these communities to do something, and he's recording the communities as a like what's the word? It's like a side effect of it, I guess.
Yeah. Symptom.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the difference, is the reason for them going there.
Yeah. No, I think people are right. Like there is a really bad trend on like TikTok and YouTube right now where it's
Yeah.
like, I go give homeless people food. And they're just like shove a camera in their face, like, are you thankful? And they're like, yeah, I guess so. Thanks, man. Like, yeah, don't like and subscribe. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, there is definitely an issue there. Like that is a huge, like that was one thing. I can't remember the name of the YouTuber, but there was a YouTuber who, after Mr. Beast did he went to the African communities and gave them water. There was a YouTuber that, I think his name's like Phidias or something like that. He went to African communities and literally did poverty tourism.
And he took their water.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to see if I can cancel out Mr. Beast's like harmful poverty tourism by dirtying these like Africans' water.
Jeez. Yeah. But he literally, that's all he did was like, he was like walking around the community and basically flexing on them, and he was doing nothing about helping them.
Oh, that's fucked
So
up.
it was really gross. And everybody hated him for it. Like the videos did not do well. Like he got a ton of hate for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why people are hating on Mr. Beast for this. The other thing they're hating him for is the thumbnail, and the thumbnail is really fucking weird. It's a lot. It just looks weird. It looks like Uncanny Valley kind of shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the people are hating on Mr. Beast for this, and it's like, you really don't know who you're hating on. Like this is what he does. Like he helps these people, earns money for it, and then literally puts all the money back into it.
Yeah.
Which I have mad respect for Mr. Beast because of that.
He is like one of the few people where it's just like, oh, he's just a like really good guy. Like just totally not corrupted at all by like the fame and the power, and just, I mean, at least from what I can tell.
Yeah,
but also,
I think
sorry,
there was also like one video I saw where he was like on a podcast, and they asked him if he'd ever have kids, and for some reason the examples he brought up were like, I have seen like I guess he has like certain mentor, or not mentors, but like role models that he aspires to be. Or aspires to be, like, in the sense of, I don't know. Anyway, he brought up like Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and how they have kids, and the way he described kids was like I've always thought about it like, oh, do I want like a mini me that I can um what the fuck did he say? He's like, do I want a mini me that can grow up and I teach him how to do this thing, or like I guide him towards a certain thing or goals. The way he described it was very like robotic and like it sounded like a fucking sociopath, but as long as he doesn't have kids, he's a pretty cool dude.
Like that's a good chunk of the population. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Just like don't let him procreate.
Yeah, he's like not the worst person to talk to, but like if he had kids, I would be scared for the world.
Like if eugenics was legal, he would be on the like naughty list.
Oh man.
That's funny. Dude, you're when you're talking about him like giving like food and water to like African villages or whatever, that reminded me of this. There's a comedian called like Sam Kinison or something, and he has this bit where he's like, how much money do we spend a year, like sending food and stuff to like African villages who like don't have food.
Well, I'm not trying to make fun of world hunger. Matter of fact, I think I have the answer because I spent a lot of time working it out. And if you want to stop world hunger, stop sending them food. Don't send these people another bite, folks. You want to send them something? You want to help? Send them U-Hauls. Send them U-Hauls, some luggage. Send them a guy out there that goes, hey, we've been driving out here every day with your food for like the last, 30, 40 years. And we were driving out here a day across the desert, and it occurred to us there wouldn't be world hunger if you people would live where the food is! You live in a desert! Understand that? You live in a fucking desert! Nothing grows out here! Nothing's gonna grow out here! You see this? Huh? See this? This is sand. Yeah! It's sand. You know it's gonna be 100 years from now, huh? It's gonna be sand! We'll take you to where the food is! We have deserts in America! We just don't live in them, asshole!
I fucking love that bit so much. he's like super calm and he's like got a fucking level-headed demeanor, and he just fucking explodes all at once. It's so fucking good. How about you live with the It's so good. Oh,
Dude, yeah,
man.
that's I watched like one of his specials because I like heard Joe Rogan talk about him, and dude, that guy his whole shtick is like he just fucking screams, and apparently he used to be like a I think he used to be like a pastor at like a church where they like get loud and stuff,
Oh,
and so he like brings that to the fucking his stand up, and he's just like screaming the whole time, and just everyone's fucking amped, and they're like, yeah, tell him to go live where the food is. That's right. That's a good point.
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's funny though. I fucking love that bit.
Yeah, I'll probably put it in honestly, just because. Whatever. Actually, you'll probably put it in. You're probably editing this one.
Dope. I mean, yeah, hopefully I can. I got drill this weekend.
Oh, all right, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Whoever's editing, thank you. Yeah. All right, we got time for one more topico.
Topeka? Topeka, Kansas?
Tampoco.
Do you wanna do something heavy, or I mean I feel like
No, we have like 7 minutes. We don't have time for a heavy thing.
Oh, okay.
Let's just talk about music, man. I just fucking like music.
Me too. Dude, you know one song I've been obsessed with recently for
What's
no
that?
reason? Somebody to Love by Queen.
Yeah, dude, that's a good pick, man, for sure.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I can't get into Queen, man. It's
Really?
I mean, like they're good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just like if I'm gonna sit down and listen to music, I don't really want to listen to Queen.
I guess that's fair.
But I'll
Dude,
acknowledge
but-
they're like legends in the industry, and they make really good music. It's just
You're not into them?
yeah, it's just I would rather listen to the Waiting to Spill for the 200 time.
That too. I mean, the reason I've been obsessed with Somebody to Love is like you'd think it'd be about him wanting somebody to love, but from listening to it, maybe I'm projecting when I do say this, but when I listen to it, it sounds more like he's so tired of life he just needs something to love other than like getting up and looking at himself in the mirror every day. Like he's so tired and he hates everything so much. He needs something that he can love.
Each morning I get up, I die a little. That's literally like the first fucking line.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a look in the mirror and cry. Lord,
Yeah,
what are you doing
dude.
to me?
I know it sounds like he's like gonna sing a love song, but he just fucking hates on himself the whole time.
No,
And
I think
like
you're crazy. I
the
think this
later part of the
is
song is like he's like, I work so hard and hard. I work hard every single day, but I fucking every like he's like praying to God. He's like, I believed in you my whole life, but this shit still fucking sucks. So
I don't know. I think it's kind of romantic.
yeah. Yeah, listeners, if you find somebody to love romantic, hit me up.
Mm. Yeah,
We have a lot in
I'm
common.
trying to think of a song that like, because I'll do this thing like when I date a girl, because music is just so important to me. That like, you know, I'll like I say that like this isn't something that literally everyone does, but like, you know,
No, I think it's just us, Greyson.
just us, because we are so musically fucking cultured.
Yeah, and in
that-
tune with our tastes in music.
But yeah, I'll
And
like
it's also very niche, our tastes.
yeah. That is
And,
one
like,
thing.
very unique.
I don't care how much I get into Buddhism, I'm always gonna look down on other people for their music taste being worse than mine. I will never let go of that.
Nice. You sound super not conceited at all.
And you know what? That's okay. But
Hey,
yeah.
if you have a very generic music taste, fuck you.
Dude, yeah, all right. On the hate list, if you listen to the radio unironically, hate list.
Radio
Oh,
listeners,
you're
get them
on
on
there.
there.
I just don't think anyone our age does that anymore.
I agree. Dude, my dad got a new fucking truck. He never ever hooks up he has an aux cable,
Yeah.
but he never hooks his phone up to it. He's just like, yeah, the truck's got like 80 channels on the radio, just pick one. And it's like separated into genre and then separated by genre into like specific genre.
Okay.
And every time I like put something on, it's like, I didn't want to listen to this. I want to listen to my music.
Yeah. That is funny.
So-
Yeah, my dad is big on like even I'm driving the car. I'm driving my car and I'll like put on like a song that I like and he's like, I don't like this song. Why are we listening to this? I'm like, because I like it. It's fucking my well, actually he kind of paid. He might have
He did
paid
pay
it
for
a
your
little
car.
bit, so maybe maybe he's allowed to say that. I guess we'll give him a pass.
Either way, you're driving. Why would you want to listen to the fucking radio?
I don't
It's
know.
like all they do is play songs that you don't want to listen to at the time.
Dude, that's something. Virginia radio sucks, dude.
Oh, dude, I bet Virginia sucks for anything like cultural.
Well, I was just my parents were like flipping through the radio stations and it was all just like shitty pop song, shitty country song, and they're all like top 100 hits.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh my god, like the radio really sucks." Like I thought it was there was like, "Oh, this station plays like, you know, alternative indie shit. This station plays like pop 100 hits. This station plays like country. This station plays like bluegrass." But it's like everyone just plays the same music in Virginia.
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, that's just so stupid. Because then I came to California and it's like, oh, this station plays like, you know, very like different stuff from other stations.
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, that's nice to know living in Virginia.
Yeah. I mean, you say that like you're ever going to listen to the radio. You know what I'm saying?
True. Well, unless I my little Bluetooth device that I have conks out on me, you know.
Oh, yeah, true. Did you get a new car yet?
Almost. My dad's friend found a car, and I think they've pretty much got it. It's a
What are you
Nissan
driving
Versa
right now?
SV. I'm driving my mom's car right
Oh,
now.
okay. Turn up.
2017 Nissan Versa SV.
I don't know what that is, but editor put a picture of it.
It's apparently a super reliable car, and it was owned by a car rental company, which means it was taken care of really well. The issue with it being owned by a car rental company is it's got over 100,000 miles already from 2017.
Oh, that sucks.
So, yeah, it's kind of poo poo doo doo, but you know, it's the only car within the price range we could find. So,
yeah, there you go. Turn up. All right, well, let's end it. I forgot to.
you wanna, yeah, did you ever find a poem to end this one on?
No, but here's what we're gonna do. So first of all, we're both gonna pick a song to recommend. To
Okay.
listen to. What's a song that you've been like, oh, I gotta listen to that again, bro?
I think I already did say Somebody to Love.
All right, that'll be yours. You're not allowed to have another one. And I'm gonna say Yellow and Green by Jockstrap.
I'll listen to that now.
Kind of funky. Bree put me on. Shout out Bree. It's very good.
Shut up, Bree.
And to end the episode, I'll read a joke from the script I'm writing right now.
That's Yellow in Green, not Yellow and Green.
Yeah, thank
Just
you, Dan.
for listeners, because I looked up Yellow and Green, but it's definitely Yellow in Green.
Yellow in Green. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty song, if I were to describe it.
In a
All right.
word, very pretty.
In a word, exceedingly beautiful. Dude, I love this joke. Okay, so it's like the context is it's a murder mystery party, and everyone's wearing a costume, and the first guy just died, and so the cowboy's like checking the dude out who just died. He's like, "It looks like someone slit his throat. Does anyone see anything that could have been used as a sharp weapon?" And then a clown, one of the dudes is dressed as a clown. He leans on the table holding like an empty bottle of liquor and a bloody knife in his other hand. He goes, guys, what do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question? And then it's like a super wide shot of like everyone just staring at him. And then a dude dressed as Jason goes, "Holy shit, he's got a knife."
Shit. You should have stopped at the wide shot.
Yeah, well, I actually do want to cut out the next part because
Okay.
it's funny, but it's like only funny in the context of the rest of it. The wide shot at no one reacting, and then he goes, "Holy shit, he's got a knife."
Well, if you stop there, I mean, it works.
Yeah, I just love that he's just like he just tells a shitty joke and no one laughs because they're just like, dude, you're holding a fucking knife. But it also works because the joke is like that there's no answer,
it's a
you know?
rhetorical question. Yeah.
So it works. I really like that joke. I don't know.
It's pretty good.
And I like how he's just like, no, I don't. He's just holding the knife.
No, I don't.
And then I'm just gonna keep going. I'll probably cut all this, but I'm really proud of this. I don't know. It's funny. You need a lot of more context. Anyways, this has been Hypocritical Haters, episode 13, the unlucky episode.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Greyson.
My name's Dan.
And
follow us on the social medias and subscribe and hit the bell.
Yeah, what he said.
And like it too. Like the video too.
Like the bell, please.
Rate us on Spotify.
Dude, yeah, if you actually listen on Spotify, don't forget to rate us. All right, let's end it. Goodbye.
Bye.